This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so till now what we observed yesterday, we started master data. As you know, the SAP data classified into organization data, which is also called as enterprise data. Second one is master data, and after the master data, we need to discuss about the transition data. So now we are into the master data. This master data is not only module, other modules also responsible to define their respective master data. See, the master data is a superior data. Okay, so we have some couple of projects we are going to handle day to day. Okay, for all the projects here, whether it's the implementation or development kind of project, support, any kind of project, the master data plays a vital role here. Okay, so that what we discussed yesterday, each and every master data, you should know how to create, how to change, how to display, how to see the display changes, and important tables, important fields of the master data we need to discuss. But coming to the master data, so we have metal master already we started. Okay, so the first master data is the metal master. So what we observed related to metal master, so MM0 here. This is the transition code where we can create metal master. Okay, so like the metal master, the respective transition code is MM0, but compared to all other master datas, okay, the metal master is the highest integration data. Why we are calling this metal master is the highest integration data? Because the metal master is going to handle by all the user department, like purchasing department, sales department, production department, quality department, accounting department, warehouse department. So that's what the metal master is the highest integration data, not only for our module perspective. So other modules like SD, FICO, PP, QM, all other modules need to understand the metal master. And so simple in one word, we can say if any project here, especially in development kind of project, if you handle metal master properly, if you maintain parameters metal master properly, so completely so the means after the go live, the project will be very smooth here. So there is no much issues here. So this is the importance of the metal master here. Okay, so most of the issues, okay, most of the process, so based on the metal masters, is the importance of the metal master. But we observed the metal master is going to control by the material type. Okay, so material type. So we have some couple of standard material types. Yesterday we discussed, like ROH is raw material, HALB semi-finished, FERT finished, ERSS spare parts. Okay, so like we have a couple of material types is there. Okay, so these material types. So here the standard materials. These are the standard material types here. Yesterday we listed the standard material types, right? So whenever we go for a new project here, so first of all we need to identify whether we can able to map with the standard material types or not here. If you are able to map with the standard material types, okay. If you are not able to map with the standard material types, so definitely you need to copy from the existing material type, standard material type, and you need to create new material type. So when you are creating a new changes in the system, so the nomenclature should be start YN Z. Z will call as a Z in IT. Okay. So this is also yesterday we discussed here. So not only for functional modules, also technical module also. Whenever they are creating a new program, so A to X is taken by the SAP and Y and Z is allocated for the new changes in the system. So anyhow, you can differentiate here. This is most important here. So you need to follow here. Okay. So from today onwards, we need to make habit. So even though in training system also, if you are creating any new changes, you're copying. So the letters should start with Y and Z. Okay. So as per today's agenda, today I will show you how to create a metal master. So creation, change, display. Okay, display changes, flag for deletion of the metal master, and important tables also we'll discuss in the metal master here. Okay, let me go to login tab. Go to login. So enter the user ID and password here. Okay, now so coming to the transition code MM0, right? So MM0. So just now we started Jagadish. Okay, so only I repeated the yesterday topic here. Just now we started. No need to worry. So MM01 here. MM01. So when you click on MM01, the system will take to creation of the metal master. like SPRO, where we observe to define the enterprise structure data. The same way, if you click on MM0, the system will take to creation of the metal master. So for each and every transaction code, for all the master data and transaction data, for this transaction code, so already if you go to system, and if I go to status, so for this transaction code, already the SAP is already defined one program, step-by-step procedure. Okay. So now also you need to understand, after completion of some business process procedures. So we are in the metal master here. We are very initial here. Okay. So once we will complete the metal master, and next we will step into the transaction data. Okay. After running some couple of business process procedures, we have some customization classes here. So what are the important customization? I'll show you all the master and transaction data. But meanwhile, just from where actually, so inbuilt already for transaction code, they assign the program. So based on the program only, your ERP package will work here. Okay. So whenever the start enter of the metal master, the system will take to initiation of the create of the metal master. So yesterday we observed here, what we observed, the material type control parameter. So what are the parameters going to control by the material type? So once again, I review the number assignments here. Number assignment. Okay. Whether you want internal or external. You want internal or external. So based on the material type, you can control your number assignment here. Okay. So 99%. So in the industry, so for master data as well as transition data, number ranges will be internal only. Internal means somewhere I will define one number range object. So this number range object I send to my material type. So the system is picking one by one. As a consultant, this is your duty. So the client will give you nomenclature, and also client will provide you, whenever my user is creating raw material, my number should start from this number to this number. So they will give you. So this we'll see in customization classes here. So all the 90% parameters going to control by the material type, number assignment. Next one is field selection. The field selection also, which field is required, which field is optional, which field is display. So this field selection is also going to control by the material type. And third one, selection views here. Okay. The selection views is also going to control by the material type. So which user department is required or not. And fourth one, price control indicator. The price control indicators also is going to control by the material type. The price control indicators also controlled by the material type here. Okay. So these are all. So now, apart from this, there are so many major parameters. Let me. I'll do one thing. Okay. Now we start the creation of the material. So MM0. Okay. Now, see, I don't know whether internal external. Just I leave it here. The maximum length of the material number is 18 characteristics. Just I'm leaving. So next, what I'm selecting, I need to select any one industry sector here. Okay. Now let me select mechanical. So we have different industry sector, right? Mechanical, chemical, pharma. So just I'm taking some mechanical industry, mechanical engineering, and material type also. See, I have some couple of material types. Yesterday we discussed here, but actually it is not showing the codes, right? So the material type codes is not showing in my system. In your system also, if it is not showing, so simply your go to option tab here. You need to click on option. Click on option here. You go to interaction and design, and your visualization one here. In visualization one, and select your control keys here, and apply and OK. Then automatically your material type codes will. So previously it is not appeared here. Okay, now it is appearing. So here you should make your system like this here. Even though if you grade the credentials, now today try to create metal master. So if it is coming blank here, if it is already showing the codes, no problem. If it is not showing the codes here, your industry sector codes, so M means mechanical here. Okay. The same way previously it is only simply description is showing, but it's showing codes also here. So I want to create some raw material. So simply I can select raw material. The codes is not showing in your system. So go to options here. Okay. So click on options. In options, okay. So you go to interaction and design. So in interaction and design, so keyboard settings, next to visualization only. Go to visualization one. In interaction and design, go to visualization one, and the control keys was not activated in your system. They select these two control keys and apply and OK. So automatically their codes will be appeared here. Okay. Now I need to create metal master here. Okay. So I have entered the industry sector and material type. Then what is the next step here? So if you click on continue, the system will ask the user department. Okay, so here most of the time, initially I'm going with the basic MMUs. That's what I defaultly I selected this basic MMUs. Okay, in your case, it will come like this here. Okay, so in your case, so now I maintain default settings, but in your system it will come like this here. So try to select here basic data. So what exactly the basic data? Basic information of the material. Any material basic information will be stored in basic data one. Means what is the name of the material? Okay, which unit you are going to measure? So what is the gross weight? In basic data 1 and 2 is the basic information unit. So the purchasing view. So whenever you are procuring the material, when you are purchasing the materials, the material to materials. See the SAP we have ocean. So there are a lot of fields will be there, but we don't need to worry. All the fields is not required. So what are the important fields we'll discuss here. Okay. So and so in purchasing view, what you need to observe. So whenever you are purchasing the material, so what are the important okay parameters we need to okay consider. So material to material, what are the purchasing parameters? So general plant store location. Whenever you are going to store this particular material, so what are the precautions you need to enter? It will describes about the general plant store location view and accounting menu. So what is the price of the materials we need to keep in accounting menu? So basic MMUs we need to select here. So initially we'll go with, but see here organization data we observe how to define the plant store location. But again this organization data we have MMS integration. That time again we'll go to the organization data. Same material must also. Initially we'll go with this views, but during the process, okay. So like MMPP integration, that time I will select MRP views. If you have MMS integration, that time I will select the sales views. MMWM integration, okay. MMWM WM views here. Okay. Initially I'm going with basic MMVs. Select your basic MMVs and click on continue. Now system allows the organization levels here. Now already all of you know how to define the organization data. Means how to define the plant, how to copy the plant. So every time I'm going to select because my best practice you also follow. So even though if you created your own organization data, your own plant and store location, better you practice in 1,000 plants. Okay, in 1,000 gram, 1,000 gram record because we are in initial. So after 10-15 days you can create. So in your own plant also you can able to create your material. Now also you can practice, but mostly your practice should be so initial phases it should be smooth, right? So without any errors. So better you need to use 1,000 plant here. Okay, 1,000 plant, 1,000 company code like this. So every time instead of selecting every time, so I enter the plant and I maintain the default settings. So here in your case, if it is blank, enter the plant and enter the store location. Again, if you click on continue, now this screen we need to observe. Okay, so initially the material number was not there. Now when I selected the basic MMVs and if I enter the plant and store location, so immediately the system is okay. Start the creation of the material master. The basic data field is appeared here. The basic data one screen here. In basic data one screen, any screen, okay. So first of all, we'll check one by one. So what we discuss here. So based on the material type, your number assignment will be decided here. Based on the material creation, your number will be decided, right? So here, as per the standard SAP, the maximum length of the material code is 18 characteristics. Okay, so from here to here, 18 character. Okay, 18 characteristics. But client to client, the requirement will be different. Some clients they want only 4 digits. Some clients they want 5. Some clients they want 8. Some clients they want 10. Okay, this is the client to client. Okay, this who will decide? This will be decided by your client people, not by us. Okay, in initial phase of the project, whenever my user is creating, so my material number should be 6-digit code, and number should be start with 2 series or 1 series. They will inform us. So based on their requirement, so we will define number range object. Again, is this number range object will assign to material type. So whenever we are creating, the system is going to pick one by one. Okay, so this will show you. So we are initial, just try to understand from where the material number is picking, that we'll see in customization classes. Okay, so what we have written here completely, the material master, the material type is the main control parameter. Your number assignment, whether internal or external, will depends upon the material type here. Okay, this is what we need to discuss here. And coming to the now here some fields. So you see here wherever star or tick marks here, these are the mandatory fields. This is the one mandatory field. This is also mandatory field. So this is also mandatory field here. Okay, so wherever the tick marks is the mandatory fields here. So required fields here. Compulsory use. So if I click on continue, the system will ask. So once you will not fill this required field, so we cannot go to the next view here. Okay. So these are the different user departments. These are the different user departments. Okay. Now, if I want to, if I have not filled, then I cannot go. No. Okay, this is the required field here. But this, so wherever it is blank, it is optional fields here. These are optional fields. Optional fields means if user requires, he can enter, or so if you leave at all, if you have not entered the data also, you can go forward. This is called optional fields. Now let me show you some fields are okay. So we will gray mode here. Okay, so let us see. The gray mode field is not always gray mode means completely, it is completely blank here. Okay, so like this here, it will gray mode here. It means you are able to see, but you are not able to enter. Some fields are suppressed, you are not able to see. This field selection also in customization classes we'll discuss here. Okay, today just I'll show you how to create material. So here just I'm going to enter some. This is some test material. Okay, I'm going to enter. This is some test material. So in real time, who is going to give all this information? So yesterday we discussed here. Generally, we'll prepare a template in real time. This template will provide to your client people. Okay, the client people will fill the template and they will give complete data. They will give an Excel sheet. So we need to upload here. Okay, but meanwhile, as a consultant, okay, you should know okay how to create, how to change, how the metal master look like. So what are the parameters? So we are discussing. Okay. So in real-time classes, I will show you how to upload. Where it is not possible for any company, even though it's in the small scale industry also, there are thousands of materials. It is not possible to create manually. So in a single row, you need to upload here. The uploading technique here by using LSMW, we'll see in later here. Okay, but everything. So we are like how they the given the requirement number in this. The same way, all the information will be provided by client here. Okay, so here what is the name of the material? Okay, so this is actually the name of the material. So why the SAP has given this much of characteristics means you need to enter the complete material specification. Okay, so material description. So here that's what they have given the more number of characteristics. You can enter the complete material specification or name of the material. And what is base unit of measure here? Okay, in initial phases we discussed here. Okay, so some fields the SAP is maintain the drop down values here. Okay, now for industry we have a couple of materials like raw materials, finished materials, semi-finished materials, packing materials, spare parts, RTP materials, non-stock materials. So all the materials is not going to measure in the same base unit of measure. Okay. If I open the SAP is provide all the base unit of measure. The base unit of measure means some materials I'm going to measure in kg, some materials I'm going to measure in piece, some materials I'm going to measure in grams, some materials I'm going to measure in milligrams. Example I'm saying. Okay. So everything liters, some materials are liquid materials I'm going to measure in liters here. Okay. So universally all the base unit of measure, there are 172 base unit of measures in there. Okay, there are 172 base unit of measures in there. So universally it is okay. So remains same here. So all the possibilities is there here. So base unit of measure. So the user will inform means the client people inform me this material way which unit we are going to. Suppose I'm going to measure in kg. Okay, these are we need to fill the data. And material group. So again tomorrow, okay, day after tomorrow we'll discuss about what are the important fields. Today just we'll focus how to create material. Material group also like if you are further classifying the material. So by using the same attributes, it's called material groups. Meanwhile, I'll select any one material group because it's a mandatory field. Okay. So these are the mandatory fields I filled. Remaining are optional here. Suppose gross weight net weight here. So what I need to mention a particular some materials, it is a weight relevant, I need to mention the gross weight net weight. If it is a liquid materials, I need to mention. So finally, overall, the basic data one represents the basic information of the material. I filled a complete mandatory field. So if you click on continue, the system will take to you. Okay, so purchasing view of the material master. In purchasing view, we have only one mandatory field, purchase group here. Okay, so remaining are optional here. If I scroll it here, these are all optional fields here. Even though if it is a mandatory field, right? If I have not filled this mandatory field, if you click on continue, so the system will stop here itself here because it is a mandatory field, right? You must fill here. Okay. So now if I come to here, so the purchasing group means a buyer group here. Let me enter the purchase group here. Okay. This already like we discussed organization era, a singular group of buyer who is responsible for the procurement activities. Again, if you click on continue, the system will take you general plant store location. But again, if you want to, suppose there is no mandatory fields in this general plant store location. Now, if I come to here, so come to the purchasing view. Okay, now we'll see the basic data represents the basic information of the material. But in purchasing view, whenever you're going to purchase, what are the parameters where we are going to enter? What is the order unit? Whether the vendor is giving the discount or not, whether it is tax liable or not, which buyer group is involving, is there any batch management material, any purchasing value key need to apply. So what is the GR processing time? Some important fields we discuss. Overall, what you need to understand. So all the materials characteristics will not be same. So whatever we will discuss, the important fields of the each and every master data, but any field it is applicable for only from few fields here, not few materials here, not for all the materials here. Okay, it is not applicable for all the materials whatever we're discussing. So material to material will be separate. Okay, give me a second. Okay sir, నేను కూడా సెషన్ ఉన్నాను. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, so we'll discuss. So here, what are the mandatory fields? Okay, so what are the optional fields? Okay, so here, let us will only finally what we need to understand. So whenever you are going for the metal master creation, so in purchasing you represents the purchase when you are going to purchase the materials. So what are the precautions? Okay, so what are the parameters we need to enter? Again, if you click on continue, the system will take you general plan store location. In general plan store location view, so what we need to observe whenever you are going to store this material. Okay, so what are the what are the precautions? Okay, so when you are going to store this material in general plant store location, in this particular plant and store location, which temperature condition, if it is applicable for not for all the materials. So that's what I'm repeatedly. So what are the fields is there? N number of fields is there. It is not applicable for all the materials here. Suppose if I come to the storage conditions, some materials I want to keep always in open storage. If I keep in dark storage, the material will be spoiled. Sunlight exposure materials here. Some materials I want to keep in warehouse only here. Some materials I want to keep in refrigerator. N number of parameters you can create. In backend system, as per your business requirement, you can create here. Okay. So this actually the storage conditions. If I go to temperature conditions, if you go to some chemical industries, I want to keep in minus 20 degrees centigrade. If it's a pharma industry, chemical industry, the temperature conditions also as per your business requirement you can able to create. Okay. So as per this, the user has to act here. The same way if the batch management is applicable or not, shelf life data, how many, what is the remaining shelf life, what is the total shelf life, what is the time variant. So all this information we need to enter in the general plan store. Okay, so the storage relevant information. So only basic MMUs we selected here. Initially we are going with basic data, purchasing, general plan store location. Next what is accounting one view. Okay, if I go to accounting one view, I'll click on accounting one view. In accounting one view, let us see. So valuation class is mandatory field here. So this is the valuation class, the 4-digit key. Okay, the valuation class is a 4-digit key. Okay, so like this is the mandatory field. It is not showing the tick mark here, but if you click on continue, without valuation class, we are not able to create here. But why we are giving this valuation class? What is the importance of the valuation class? So we have MMFI integration is there. Okay, MMFI integration is there. In MMFI integration is called automatic account determination. The topic is called automatic account determination. In automatic account determination, they will understand. So we have MMFI topic is there. That time we discuss in detail why we are giving this valuation class. What is the use of valuation class? Without valuation class, you are not able to create. So simply go to the drop down, enter any one valuation class here. Okay. Now coming to price control indicator. So we have standard and moving here. Okay. The standard price is denoted with the S and moving price is denoted with V here. Okay. Enter the moving price. So if you select the moving price here, I need to mention the price here. If I select the standard price here, I need to mention the price here. Okay. Moving price you selected, right? So enter the moving price. Only one material we created here. Okay. So 1519 material we created here. Okay. So once again, now let us discuss here. So this actually how the number assignment is going to control here. Okay, material type to material type here. Let me, I'll create another material type here. So if I'm trying, if I come to here, MM01, if I'm trying to create some, okay, what we call LEH material type. Okay. LEH is returnable transport type. Or where is LEH here? Is a returnable transport packing. So this is LEH returnable transport packing. Okay. Immediately if you click on enter, so what exactly the system is giving the error here. So for this LEH material type is a returnable transport packing. We have procurement process is also there. Don't worry. But when I if I'm trying to create this material type, returnable transfer pricing material type, so we are not going, okay, so we are not able to create it. What system is giving the error? What is the error? Internal number assignment is not possible. So we need to enter the number range externally. So now you need to understand it. So based on the material type, your number assignment is going to control internal, external. Okay. Now second one, what we have written, the field selection, how the system is going to control the field selection here. Okay. How the system is going to control the field selection. So previously we observed when I'm creating raw materials. Okay. So for raw material, purchase group is mandatory field was there. Okay. So I think anybody's observed that. Now if I'm trying to create a MM01, if I'm trying to create some semi-finished material. So now it is semi-finished material. Okay. For semi-finished material, I go to selection views. So this also one of the important parameters. Selection views also will see it. So previously when I'm creating raw material, you will not find the sales views here. Okay. So you will not find the sales views. So this actually the selection views also. The third one here, selection views means user departments is going to control by the material type to material type. When I'm creating raw material, the selection, so sales views is not coming here. When I selected a semi-finished material, all material. So for all material, what exactly it is showing? So it is showing your selection views. It is showing here, like sales organization 1, 2, 3 views. If I select here raw material, I go to raw material. So if I go to selection views, you are not able to see your sales views here. Okay. So why for raw material? So as per the standard SAP, if you want, you can make it, no problem. Okay. But for why raw material, your sales views is not there here? Because raw material generally, no company is not going to sell the raw materials. Every time we need to procure the materials from the raw materials we are procuring from the market here, from different suppliers. So raw material, the company is not going to sell. When the material is not going to sell, for this particular material type, sales views is why it is the sales views is required. That's why as per the standard SAP, raw material sales views is not there. So the second point also I think you understand. So selection views is also going to control by the material type. Now coming to the field selection also we observe here. Okay. So what we observe the field selection. So material type to material type. So you can control your field selection. If I come to MM01, okay. So enter suppose some semi-finished material. I go to selection views, the basic MM. So I selected only instead of selecting. So already we discussed basic MM, basic data, purchasing, general plant store location, accounting one. Now if you click on continue, enter the organization levels, plant and store location. Okay. So here, so basic, so mandatory fields I need to fill, right? So this is the test material. The base rate of measure some PC example, and material group also I will select any one material group. Okay. Today you need to try to create a number of material types. Okay. Now you see the purchase group is optional field here. So previously for raw material type, the purchase group is mandatory field here. For a semi-finished material, purchase group is optional field here. Without purchase group, also can, because it is not a tick mark, right? So it is not a tick mark, means not mandatory field. You can go forward here. So this is what actually I want to show you. Okay, so material type to material type. Okay, your field selection is also will be controlled. Some material types, so some fields are required, some fields are optional. So requirements you must enter. Optional means if you want you can enter, or else you can leave it. But if I go to display field, display means you're able to see, you're not able to enter, but hide means suppress here, you're not able to see it. Okay, this price control indicator also we'll discuss here. For all the raw materials we need to give moving price, we observed. Okay, moving price is denoted with V, moving price here. For which kind of materials will give moving price? So the industries, what are the materials they are procuring always from the market? Example, raw materials. So we'll give moving price here. Okay, so why we are giving moving price for this external procurement materials? Because these materials, so if you are procuring externally, so the vendor, the price is not in our control here. Okay? So the price is under the vendor control. Today you will say some price, after 3 months the price may be same or different here. Okay, the price may be increased or decreased here. So the price is not our control. So that's what for all external procurement materials we need to give moving price in accounting value. And for in-house production materials, example some semi-finished materials or finished material, so we will fix some price here because this price is under company control here. Okay, so these are the two price control indicators here. Okay, one more important thing here. Now let me once again I will show you how to create. So today, what is your duty? Today you need to try to create a number of materials here. Okay? Raw materials, finished materials, semi-finished materials. packing materials. Okay, different material types, and you select and you try to create some 3 to 4 materials. How system is behaving, you need to understand. I hope everybody is come to the arc structure. So mass data we started. So today just you need to practice on the mass data, like try to create different material types. And so what you observe here, okay, how the field selection is going to control, how the number ranges you are controlling the system. So you need to focus here. Okay. One important thing actually, once again, if I try to, so once again I'll show you. Just simply go to MM0, select any one industry sector, select any one material type. Okay, some raw materials or something here. Okay, next you go to selection views. So in your system it is blank. So select the basic MM views. Okay, so simply in your system, what manually you need to select basic data, purchasing, okay, general plan store location, so accounting view. Okay, and go to organization levels. So this also I made by default. You need to enter your plant and store location. Click on continue. So the system is allocating the number. Okay, so automatically. So enter some test material. So enter some base unit of measure, some kg. Okay, kilogram. Enter some material group. Any one material group you can select here. Okay, so remaining are optional field. I no need to enter. Okay, again if you click on continue, the purchase group is the buyer group here. Okay, so this is the actually gray mode. These are display here. Okay, enter the purchase group here. The purchase group is the buyer group. Again, if you click on continue, will take to general plan store location. Again, if you click on continue, okay. So here in accounting one view, the valuation class is mandatory here. Okay, so just you go to the drop down. So already list of valuation classes there in your system. Select any one valuation class. Okay, and enter your moving price or okay, strong budget. Go and enter your moving price. Enter the condition. Okay, so this is the way you need to create your material. So the material code is 1524 here. The material code is 1524 here. Right? So once you create the material, so today's assignment, so you create a different kind of material. Okay. Once I created the material, now for all the in SAP, okay, in SAP MM01 is created here, and MM02 is changed here. MM03 is display. Okay. Let us observe here. Okay. So generally in real time for the users, end users, for all the like once they implemented some, if any ABC company already implemented SAP, for the users they need to do their respective transition codes day to day. Okay, the purchasing department people they will create a purchase order, the purchase regulations. Okay, for SD people they will create a sales order. The production people they will create a production order and all. But for the master data, we'll make the present of the master data. So what are the materials they are using? So what are the vendors they are using? The respective module they will make the availability of the master data in the server here. Okay, in the system. But here in real time, so if you want to change the master data in training system, you can able to change by using MM02. The system will take the change material here, okay, MM02. But in real time, so here we will not give the means the company they will not give the permission to change the change mode transition code here. Even the creation mode also they will not provide you. So then what will provide you only display mode here, MM03. So user can able to display the data here, display the master data here. So they are not able to create and they are not able to change it. So for the end users or any core team members, then they can able to view the data, display the data, but we will not give the permission to change our creation here. Okay. But in training system, everything, all the transition code we can able to access here. Okay. But who is going? Suppose now, like okay, organization data is one-time setup here. Master data also only one-time setup. But sometimes during the business, some master data need to be changed as per my business requirement. Okay. If any user wants to change any master data, for every company, means 95% companies, they'll maintain separate master data team. Master data team will be there separately. So they are expert. Okay. So now you need to keep a mail to the master team by keeping your manager in the CC. Okay. We want to change this particular master data. This is my values. These are the values need to be changed in this particular master data. If mail is approved, so the master data team will be changed here. This is always you need to keep in mind. Okay. So the master data team will be separate in a company. Okay. Once SAP is implemented, the master team is going to involve to change or creation of the master data. But in training system, okay, for all the master data here, today we are discussing metal master. Okay, once we'll complete the metal master, So after 1 or 2 days, we'll discuss about vendor master. Like that, we'll discuss each and every master data. Okay, and also transaction data also here. But it remains same. The SAP has provided. So MM01 is creation mode, right? MM02 is change here. Okay, 1 is for create mode, 2 is for change, and 3 is for display here. It is remains applicable for all the master data transaction data here. So MM01 is create here. If I want to change, just where I need to go, so I need to go to MM02. In training system, the permission is there, so go to MM02. Okay, as you know, the SAP behavior, the latest material code here. Okay, the SAP behavior, what exactly it will show you, the latest material code here. So what is the latest? So if which material you want to change, you need to enter. But SAP behavior, the latest material number, latest P1 number, latest PR number, system like that. Okay, right. So I want to change this material. So immediately you need to select selection views here. Okay, where you want to change it. Okay, so all the views is not required. So this is the deselect here. Okay, this is the deselect. This is the select here. Deselect here. Where you want to change? I want to change in the purchasing view. Select the purchasing view. So if you click on continue, okay. So the 1000 plant here. Okay, so enter the plant. Now simply click on continue. This MM02 is a change, edit or change. Okay, 000 purchase group example. Okay, you can able to edit. So or you can override the values. Instead of 000, I want to change the purchase group now today. Okay, 002. You can able to change it. Now simply click on this. This is called change mode of the metal master. I want to display the metal master here. I want to see the display of the metal master here. So where I can able to see, simply I'll go to MM03 and this is the display of the metal master. The display of the metal master. Okay. So go to here purchasing and enter here the display of the metal master. Means MM03 means only the user can able to display the metal master. You cannot able to do any changes. Okay, only you can able to see here. MM03 is display here. Okay, and some few master data we have display changes is also there here. What is the display changes here? MM04 here. MM04 is the display changes here. Right, go to MM04. So what is the use of this display changes? Okay, so we observed MM01 is create, MM02 is change, MM03 is display. What is MM04? MM04 is a display changes here. Means it is most important in the support project here. So as a consultant, you are working some support project here. Okay, so we are getting some issue. So we want to review the master data. So like long back, the companies implemented SAP, but some users they changed some master, maybe changed or some master data changed or not. So you want to track it. Okay, so like they have implemented long back. Okay, so now you have any doubt. Okay, so you want to check here whether the what are the changes is happened, whether changes is happened or not. So then for metal master we have MM04 here. Go to MM04. Which metal you want to see? Enter the particular metal. Here execute button is there, right? Just execute here. Okay, but unfortunately, in the training system, just now we created here. It is showing with the time also here. Okay, and which date, which time. Okay? But in real time, support is created in like 5 years before, example, or 4 years before, or 1 year, whatever the date and time here. But in real time, so maybe with a different user ID. Okay, in MM02 transaction code, different user ID. Okay, on which date and what time, and what are the changes that happen also we can able to see here. Okay, okay, what is the only one value I changed, right? The purchase group. So what is my old value is 000. What is my new value? 000. So which field you changed? What is the old value? What is the new value? And what date? What time? By using which user ID and which is the material, which material you change? Everything you can track here. So that so for you get one conclusion here. Okay. So for this master data, why they changed that particular field? So for all the master data, you can see display changes. So for metal master MM04. Okay, so everything you can track which user ID at what time, what date, what is the old value, what is the new value, you can able to see here. Okay, this is what we need to discuss here. Next, coming to so MM01, 02, 03, 04 we observed, and MM05 there is no transition code. MM05 absolutely there is no transition code, but MM06 transition code is there. MM06 transition code is there. This is called flag for material deletion here. Flag material for deletion here. Sorry, flag material for deletion here. Okay. So now when you come to the deletion subject here, so generally the deletions are two types here. So deletions are two types here. two types of deletions will be there. One is a permanent deletion. The second one is a logical deletion. The first one is a permanent deletion. Second one is logical deletion. Okay. First of all, what is meant by deletion? Okay. What is meant by deletion here? See here an implementation project here. So generally we presented the master data in the servers here directly. So thousands of records we presented here. But during this support project or any kind of project here, so sometimes your clients are users here. Okay, the client people, what they will say, these materials we are not using. Long back there is no inventory movement. Yes, we are not receiving, we are not issuing. The temporarily the material is dead here. Okay, so please delete the permanent here. So sometimes the client users we need to educate here. Like if you delete the data, we cannot retrieve it. Okay, so if they will take the decision, okay, you can delete. So first you need to tell to your users, okay, if I delete the data permanently, okay, so again if you want to retrieve the data, it is not possible. Once the permanent deletion, once you do the archive administration, we cannot retrieve. But one more option is given by the SAP, logical or flag file deletion. So what is by logical or flag file deletion? So we are flagging the material logically, but again in future if you require, you can unflag here. Okay, so this is the transaction code MM06. So this you can do as MM consultant here. But permanent deletion, if they agreed with the permanent deletion under the MM71 transition code, this is called archive administration. But actually in training system I have authorization, but in real system, so you don't have authorization for this transition code. Only the permanent archive of the master will be done by the purely basis people. If I come to MM71, you have authorization here. If I go to MM71, you have authorization. So this is called archive administration. MM71 is there. You can do archive administration. So in real time, even though as a consultant, if you try to enter MM71 in the project, okay, in real system, you don't have authorization yet. Because the basis people, they will not give you authorization. This will be done by the purely the basis people. So they will delete the data permanently from the database tables here. Okay, so means this is called archive administration. But if I come to MM06 here, MM06 is there. Okay, so what this actually logically, temporarily the material will be dead here. Okay, go to MM06, which material you want to flag. So just enter the particular material code and simply you need to click on save. Even though this material is available in multiple plants also, you can able to enter it. Okay, so this, once you do the flag for deletion, against this material, I cannot create any purchasing transactions or inventory transactions. Okay, temporarily the material is dead. Unflag means, so if I made the flag here, unflag means by using the same transition code, just you need to unflag it. Okay, so this is about today's session. I hope everybody is understand. Any difficulty, any questions from anybody? Maybe it will take more 1 or 2 sessions to complete the metal master. So why we are taking in detail? Because if you understand the metal master clearly, the remaining master artists will be very easy for you. Okay. Is it clear for you all? Any questions from anybody? Are you following or not?
Yes, sir. No question.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
It's clear, sir.
Yeah, Rajesh Babu, are you able to understand this session, today's session, Rajesh Babu?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I just need to get into the backups and so. So once you told
Yeah,
me
yeah,
the
yeah.
previous, that would be helpful for me.
Yeah, I'll forward all the records of this
Great, sir.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, sir.
definitely. Just you go through, just take 2-3 hours time. You go through all these records. Okay,
Sure, sir.
then
Noted.
you'll get some
Thank you.
idea. So if you want fast track means is required. Okay, you need to do
I
a
understand.
lot of hard work. Okay, right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you all for joining session. So please practice the SAP. Even though by listening, okay, it is so easy because only some 7 to hardly 10 sessions, 10 screens will be there. But until unless if you practice only, you will get it here. Okay. If you come to the system again, it is if you are not practicing some 4 to 5 sessions, again okay, it will be look like something else. Okay, so where exactly we are. Okay, that's what regular practice is required. My humble request to you all, the same day you try to practice, at least you listen this transcript in mobile also, you can download and you can listen this record. Okay, so thank you all. for joining session. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Yeah, bye, sir.
All of you. Bye.